The city was loud, too loud. Giant screens shouted promises of instant success. Drones flew by, selling happiness in a bottle. Influencers screamed for attention. In this world, silence was failure. But deep in the crowd, one man walked quietly. No name, no phone, no past. He never spoke, never posted, never performed. Yet his bank grew, his influence spread, and people began to notice. Surveillance marked him as zero. He didn't fit the system. He didn't follow the rules. And somehow he was winning. The question no one could answer: how can someone rise without making a sound? A famous CEO quit his job without warning. His final words, whispered in fear, were, "Zero is real." The city panicked. Who was Zero? No one knew where he came from. He didn't show off, didn't speak, didn't chase attention, but doors opened for him, money flowed. Systems changed around him. Secret files showed his name linked to silent transactions, unseen meetings, unknown power. Every camera tried to catch his face, but he vanished like smoke. In a world where noise means power, one silent man was rising fast. The system was scared, and so was everyone else. A young hacker broke into the global success network, searching for secrets. What she found was terrifying, a hidden file named QX0 Protocol. Inside, lines of silent code moved like a ghost. It didn't shout, it didn't announce itself. But it was changing systems, guiding outcomes, rewriting rules. The algorithm didn't belong to any company or government. It was made by someone who didn't want to be seen, someone who believed in quiet control. The hacker whispered one word before vanishing: Zero. Now everyone was asking the same question: is this man ... or machine? Or something in between? The city's top influencer went live to mock Zero, laughing, shouting, calling him a myth. Moments later, the stream cut out. He was found dead, face frozen in fear. People stopped laughing. The silence was spreading. Reports showed more quiet ones, gaining secret promotions, controlling systems from the shadows. They didn't speak, they didn't post, but they were rising. Were they following Zero, or becoming like him? The government called it a virus of silence, but some called it truth. In a world built on noise and lies, maybe the real power was hiding in the quiet all along. A young boy, silent since birth, suddenly spoke in front of a crowd. His voice was calm. Zero gave me my mind back. The world stopped. News spread like fire. Who was this child? How did he know Zero? Doctors couldn't explain it. The boy had never spoken a word until now. Security forces tried to take him, but every system near him crashed. Lights died. Cameras froze, and in the silence, people began to listen. Zero wasn't just breaking rules, he was changing minds. If a child could find his voice through silence, what else had Zero unlocked in the human brain? The government created a new team, the eco-agents. Their mission: destroy silence. Hunt those who stopped posting, stopped shouting, stopped performing. These agents moved fast, arresting the quiet ones. But something strange happened. The quiet didn't fight back. They didn't run. Yet the agents failed. One by one, their minds collapsed. Fear took over. Reports said just being near the quiet ones caused confusion, doubt, and silence. Power was shifting. The louder the world screamed, the more people listened to the quiet. And behind it all, unseen but felt, Zero watched. His silence was no longer hidden, it was spreading. An old therapist came forward with a story from years ago about a strange child who never spoke, but always listened. He didn't cry, didn't laugh, but he noticed everything. Patterns, behaviors, weaknesses. The boy's parents feared him. Teachers couldn't understand him. One day he disappeared. The therapist now believed that boy was Zero, a mind shaped not by noise but by silence. He didn't learn the world, he studied it. And when others chased fame, he vanished into the shadows. Now the question grows darker: was Zero born silent, or was he broken by a world that refused to listen? The most powerful voice in the city, a billionaire speaker, lost his voice during a live event. Panic hit the crowd. Within hours, his company crashed, investors fled. His empire, built on sound, fell in silence. He wasn't the only one. Loud leaders across the world began losing control. Their followers stopped listening. Their system stopped working. No one could explain it, but one thing was clear. The age of noise was ending. The quiet ones were now leading. And at the center of it all, invisible and untouchable, Zero, remained, silent, calm, in full control. Or was he? People began communicating without words, quiet signals, stillness, eye contact. Something had changed. Whole communities stopped posting, stopped speaking, yet moved in perfect harmony. Scientists were confused. Psychologists called it collective intuition. The government called it dangerous. But no one could stop it. A new language was forming, built on presence, not noise. It wasn't taught, it was felt. And at the heart of this quiet revolution was Zero. His silence had become a code, a way of thinking. The world was no longer asking who Zero was, but what he had turned them into, and it wasn't over yet. A mysterious video appeared online, the only message from Zero, his face calm. Eyes steady, he spoke just one sentence. I never needed to be seen. I needed you to see yourselves. Then he vanished. The world was forever changed. The loud was silenced, and the quiet ruled with calm minds and steady hearts. But the biggest question remained. Was Zero ever a person at all? Or just an idea planted deep inside a noisy world waiting for silence to take over? People whispered, feared, and hoped. One thing was certain, the age of showing off was over. The art of quiet success had only just begun.